So hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. This is IELTS Writing Task 1 from this book number, Cambridge IELTS book number 19, and this is line graph. So of course you will not get the colorful thing in your actual exam, but yes, I have made it for you so that you can better recognize on this videos and all. So I can see 5 line graphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 line graphs I can see, and they have different names, different shapes also. In actual exam you will get black and white but with different shapes. So circle one is film club, this is martial club, amateur, dramatics, and then table tennis, and then musical performance, blue one. Okay, so after getting writing task 1, just look at the diagram, just recognize the type of IELTS writing task 1. This is line graph, and bar graph is also there, table graph is also there, pie chart is also there, maps are also there. So I will be covering all test 4 from this book. And here I can see 2000, it's starting from 2000 and finishing up to 2020, means 20 years time period is there, and data is presented in number of participants. Okay, let's read the question statement. The graph below gives information on the number of participants for different activities at one social center in Melbourne, Australia for the period 2002 to 2020. So here it is clearly given graph. So they are testing your knowledge. Examiner is testing your knowledge whether you know this, what type of graph is this. So here you need to write line graph. Okay, so now we have come to know categories, years, data, and we have read the question statement. Now what? Now analyze the line, these line graphs, these graphs. So which one is going up, which one is going downward trend? So you, and another striking point here I can see this, this is going up. See this properly, I can see it. And here also this, the blue one is also going up, and this green one and the black one is just facing, I think both the lines are facing same situation, having ups and downs, little ups and downs, or you can say fluctuations in this line graph. Where they have started, they have finished at the same point. So here you need to use past tense because up to 2020, now it's 2024 going on. So what about this? This is going down, and these two lines are going, they are almost stable, and this red one and this one is going up, and this is going down. Okay, now we have analyzed full this thing. And yes, when you will be analyzing the statement, just write the number where they are. I will show it to you. What I mean to say, when you are analyzing in 2005, what is the number? It started with 0 number, means 1 0. In 2010, what is the number? It is not exact, just above 11, just above 10 you can say. Okay, above. And what is this number? Whatever you want to write, you can write it. And this orange one started with around 27, and here it finished at around 5, you can say. Okay, and 40 number started with 37 or 38. We know this is not exact, so everything we will be writing over here. And this is almost around 37 or 38, you can write. And this tennis one started with around roughly 17, and it intersected in 2010 with 20 number. Okay, so what about this? This is just above 65, or just around 65 you can say, and it finished also at the same level, not exactly at 65, around same level from where it started. So initially when you are just analyzing the table, just you can just mark the lines and just find out where it is, where the this information is, this what is type of. So here blue one is, you can mark the lines like that. It is 14, around 14, or roughly or approximately 14 you can say, or 15 you can say. Okay, so now I have written the numericals also. So it will be easier for me to write body detail paragraphs. So while analyzing, while planning writing task 1, what we need to find? That apart from number of categories, number of years and all, the highest or the upward or downward trend, striking point, years and group categories we have done, and data is presented in figures or numbers or any other type of data is there, you need to find. And of course you should remember 20 minutes you should spend on writing task 1, not more than that. 150 minimum words requirement is there, and if you are writing 145 140, that doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Error free, if you are writing 145 words 140 words, then also you will get marks. So different, always use different vocabulary words, especially verbs. Don't repeat it every time. Don't write increased 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 decreased decreased decreased, downward downward downward. No, you have to change, you have to vary your vocabulary. Okay, so let's write introduction. How to write introduction for this question statement? Let's see this in simple way. So the graphs, examiner is testing your knowledge whether you know about you have knowledge about that writing task 1 or not. So you know this is line graph, so here we can write the line chart, or because we should use another thing also, the presented line chart. Instead of gifs we have written illustrate, so leave this below word, because below here means in actual question statement first they will write the question and then they will give you diagram. So below we should not use in answer sheet. Illustrates participants according to different 5 categories. So 5 different categories or 5 different activities, you first 5 will come and then different and then activities at a social center in the Australia city of Melbourne during 2 decades. 2 decades, why we have written? Because 20 years are there. 1 decade is for 10 years. And then the last line, the statistical data is presented in numbers of participants on the left axis. This is left axis, this is y axis. Okay, so yes, next one is overall point of view. Overall, what we are going to write? So main highlights of the graph we need to write, because here I can see this has done a lot of graph. Okay, and this has just going down and down. So let's write, looking from an overall point of view, it can be seen that participants for all categories had displayed an upward trend except martial arts and amateur dramatics. Full stop. See this, I will show it to you. Amateur and martial art, these are going this is so literally going down, and this is also decreasing, but this little bit has increased. Okay, so we were just talking about all are going up except martial art and amateur dramatics. One striking point is readily apparent, which is film fan club. The first number category was by far the most popular activity throughout the time period. How it is popular? Because see this, these all 4 categories are just below, and this category just above or around 65, and throughout the time it was 65. That's why this was the famous category or popular category, popular activity during the time period. However, a significant growth can be noted from the table tennis growth. So this is also important point. You can see significant growth can be seen. Okay, now how to write body detail paragraph, that's more important. Either you write category wise or you write year wise. If you are writing year wise, then you need to compare all 5 categories in 1 year, and here it's important to write initial year and the last year. Within these 3 years you can ignore 2 or 1 year, means you need to write 1 year exactly, so that it should not like that you are just explaining only initial year and comparing the things with final year. Now within that, because there are 3 years, 15 10 more years within that, so you need to explain 1 more year after, or you explain 2010 and 2002 10 and 2020. But when you explain 2000, then you have to compare between all the 5 categories. I will be writing accordingly category wise. I will show you how we can write it. So in first paragraph, I will be combining film club and martial arts, because both of the lines are having same type of pattern. See, these fluctuations are there, same type of pattern they are following. That's why I have combined these two categories in one paragraph. Analyzing the first two activities, that is film club and martial arts, both started in the 2000 year, with the year with the highest at about 65. See this, 65 and 35 and about 65 and about 38, because with both the things, that's why I have written only about 65 and 38 attendees respectively, 38 and 65 above. Okay, these figures had minor fluctuations throughout the period, had minor fluctuations throughout the years, and but in the year 2000, now something is different. 2000, here it had decreased, here it had reached to the maximum point. But in the year 2020, film lovers graph fell at about 60 from 65, before rising to its original number by 2020. In 2020, before rising to, here it lowered down, and before rising to the original in the final year. Okay, now while fighters, where are fighters? Martial arts, I have written fighters. While fighters reached its peak in 2010, see this, in 2010 it reached. So these are why I have taken 2010, because in this year many things are happening in these line graphs. That's why its peak in 2010 just touched 40 before returning to its starting figures in the final year. So these two lines we have explained. Now I will be talking about musical performance, because this is different. Initial year it was not there. So let's talk about musical performance. Finally, there was no participants. There were no participants in musical performance in the initial years, but by 2015 it had overtaken the theatre group. See this, 2015 it had overtaken the theatre group at roughly 17, and this number continued to rise, which touched just below 20 by the end of the period. See this, by the end of the period it just touched 20, which touched just below 20 by the end of the period. So for this line we have written in one sentence only. Now I will combine these two lines also. Now looking at these two, how they started, amateur and table tennis around. Turning to the other categories, amateur theatres and table tennis started approximately 25. So see this, 25 amateur theatres. This is 25 and 17. This is 17, means this table tennis. People participating respectively. So first we have talked about initial years and then their report in the next year. Moreover, a dramatic growth could be seen in the year 2020 by table tennis participants almost soared to 50, over 50. See this, soared to 15 final year. Okay, whereas there was opposite trend. So we can just write, because this line is going down. So whereas there was almost opposite trend in amateur dramatics, there was almost 5 people left in amateur dramatics at the end of the year 2020. So this way we have written all details about this question.